Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Angela and we are studying for the Board Certified Behavior Analyst exam. This video is going to cover section B of the task list, concepts and principles. We are on B2, which is to define and provide examples of stimulus and stimulus class. So let's get into it. Let's define stimulus. Stimulus are physical events or items that affect the behavior of an individual. Now, the stimulus can be internal or external. Examples of internal stimuli might be muscle aches, headaches, even bright lights can affect a person, and that is considered external. Loud noises is considered external, right? Stimulus share formal or physical features. They are temporal and they are functional. Okay? The formal features or the physical features would be considered what we call topography, is what they look like. Temporal is the time in which they are presented. And then we have functional, the reason for that stimuli. We have receptors inside of the human body that really allows us to engage with our internal and external environment. We have proprioceptors. These proprioceptors helps us to receive stimulation from our muscles and joints and tendons. And we need those to help us to balance and to help us with our posture and our movement. So here's how we know that our proprioceptors are at work. Let's just say we get off an elevator and we're trying to catch our balance. Then we have interoceptors. Interoceptors, they receive stimulation from our organs. These are also internal events, such as when we're hungry or when we have a headache. Then we have exoreceptors. Exoreceptors has to do with our five senses: how we see, smell, taste, hear, touch. Those are our five senses, and that's what behavior analysts study. We study what we can see, what we can hear, what we can touch, what we can smell, and which one did I miss? Hear, see, touch, smell, and taste. Taste, absolutely. All right. So example of this is tasting food, smelling fire, smelling perfume, right? Okay. Now we're going to talk about stimulus class. Stimulus class is the group. It's a group of stimuli that share the same features. They share the same temporal or time in which it's delivered, or it shares the same function. Okay, so with the formal description, we have size, color, we also have the weight, the position of it. All of those share formal similarities when it comes to stimulus class. This can be also where it's located as well, such as on top or under. Those are formal features, right? So example of this would be something social, like a request from a teacher, or non-social, like a bad smell or a locked door. Those are formal features of a class. So we know that we can class all of locked doors together because they share the same formal feature. That it's a lock and it's on a door and it's locked, right? Or a demand. A demand can be a formal feature because it's telling somebody what to do, right? It's giving somebody an instruction. So no matter what the instruction is, it all shares the same class of a physical feature of a demand. All right. Then we have what is called temporal. Temporal refers to time. Time has to do with either before something occurs, while the behavior is occurring, or after the behavior occurs. And if it's before the behavior, then it has an effect on the motivation. If it's during the behavior, then it is what it is. But if it's after the behavior, then it has an effect on the future occurrences of the behavior. Either it's going to increase that behavior or it's going to decrease that behavior, depending on if it comes in contact with reinforcement or punishment. It's either going to increase or decrease that behavior. Then we have functional. So the effect of the stimuli on behavior. This is the effect of the stimuli on behavior. What is the function of it? The stimuli changes that are defined by a functional analysis of their effects on behavior. So based on the changes that are defined by the functional analysis of the effects on behavior, a single stimuli can have multiple function. So that's the key thing, that a single stimuli can actually have multiple functions or the multiple reasons why it's there. Okay. It also can have an immediate or a temporary effect on behavior, such as if you eat some sour, yogurt, in that moment, you're going to stop drinking it or eating that yogurt immediately. Like, ooh, this is nasty, let me stop now. It could also have a long-term effect on behavior, such as if eating yogurt gives you a really bad stomach ache, then in the future, you're probably going to avoid eating yogurt, okay? Now, when it comes to the featured stimulus class, like the feature of it may look different. It may not share the exact same features. It may look a little different, like the class of dogs. A lot of the dogs look different, right? But we know they share the same class of being a dog. It might be smaller, it might be bigger, but the concept is the same, right? It's still a dog. The same thing as like a tree, right? Those plants look different, but the concept is the same. They're all trees. They're all plants, right? We also have what is called arbitrary stimulus. So the arbitrary stimulus class evokes the same response. For example, I can write the number 1, I can spell the number 1, and I can say the number 1. They all serve the same function of getting the same response of 1, right? Or I have pineapples, I have apples, I have bananas. They all serve the same function of being classed as fruit, right? So that is the stimuli and stimulus class. This is really important because in behavior analysis, we're always seeking to see what stimuli has an effect on what behavior. All right? Have an amazing day.